Hello, my name is Jody and I'm gonna be embarking on my first ever vlog. Don't really know what I'm doing, but for this vlog I'm going to go over my March TBR. So I got a list of books I got lined up to talk about of what I plan to read this month. Maybe do a couple of their errands or hobbies on the vlog. I don't know. I have no idea. I have like no plans. Hopefully you enjoy. So got a couple books for my March TBR. Gonna go through kind of all of them that I hope to read this month. I think I'll start off with the first one, which is Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. Basically, I've heard that this is a beautifully written kind of romance book between two characters, and they go through a lot of trauma, and I heard the character development is really good, so this will be a little bit more of an emotional journey for me, but I've heard really good things, and maybe I'm ready to, you know, cry my eyes out with this book. So I am excited to dive into this one, and it seems pretty short, but I've heard good things, so I am excited for this one. The second book on my March TBR is Babel by R.F. Kuang, and I've heard this being termed as a dark academia novel, which I feel like I've heard that term thrown around a lot, and I don't really know what it means other than probably that it's dark and takes place in an academic setting. I picked this one up mostly because I recognize the author. I think she had a really big hit last year. Yellowface was like New York Times bestseller by R.F. Kuang, and I've also heard a lot about her other book, Poppy Wars. I purely picked this up because I recognize the author, and I feel like I heard good things about her writing. I think this one the summary seemed really interesting to me because it seems like it'll go into kind of text and translation and how meaning is lost in translation. So kind of the power of language, and also it has magic in it, so a bit of fantasy, which I am a fan of. Excited to read this one. Hopefully it's not too dark, but if it is, I think I can handle it. Hopefully. Third on my list is actually another dark academia novel. It's called If We Were Villains. Don't know too much about it, but it had very high Goodread ratings, and apparently there's a good plot twist. Hopefully this one's not too dark either, but we'll find out. And you know, my next book on my TBR is kind of to cleanse the dark palette of these dark academia novels I have lined up. So with that, I have my last book on my TBR, which is The Love Hypothesis, which is very different, I feel like, cover-wise from these two books that are like both black, maybe more in lines with this blue. I have seen this book a lot on YouTube and also heard a lot about Ali Hazelwood as an author. I think she recently came out with a book called Bride, which was her first paranormal romance. Excited for this one to kind of cleanse my palette from some of maybe the more emotional books I have lined up. Also, I feel like my friend Tiffany would really enjoy this book. She does like fluffy romances, so I also wanted to pick this up so I could lend this to her. So yeah, this is my last book, the TBR, my March TBR. on page 16. Oh, hi, Chester. Oh, okay. Trying that again without the cats interrupting me. I've made it to page 16. Not that far. I got a little distracted. I'm really liking it so far, despite not being too far in. I've already met the two main protagonists. So the male protagonist's name is Aldo, and he seems to be a professor at a college. The female protagonist, her name is Reagan. They seem like quite the characters with their own quirks from the scenes that we just went through. So I'm really excited to see their paths cross and maybe how they'll either get along or butt heads, because they both seem to have very particular personalities and probably mental issues. Yep. So it is Sunday night now. I got some reading in yesterday, and today I am on page, I think, 200. And I think there's, I think I have 60 more pages to go, so I'll probably finish this book tonight. We'll see how it ends. I hope it has a happy ending. I got quite invested in the relationship of the two characters, and I just want it to end well. If it doesn't have a happy ending, you know, I'll just watch cat videos before I sleep. But yeah, gonna end today's vlog. So thanks for watching. Bye.